Bum, 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 bum. What's up, everybody? It is, and I have a co-host with me today, a Bigg Bump. Bigg Bump is gonna be joining. He's here in the studio. What's up, Bigg Bump? Let me see if I have you muted. We're going to talk about various things. We will get to your calls and super chats. I did see that some super chats have come in. What's his mic?
Channel 9, do you see it blinking? You might want to use scroll.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Nice. What's up, Bigg Bump? How you doing, man? Oh, complicated business, folks. Testing. Oh, turning down your... There it is. I think I hear it coming in. Nice. Bigg Bump, are you there?
I'm here.
Nope, still not coming in.
Yeah, try again. Check.
Testing. We're going to be talking about... are we going to talk about Tyrese or no?
We can.
Okay. We're working on his mic. Hang on, guys. We can talk about Tyrese. Crying Tyrese. He's promoting a movie with the late, great Ray Liotta, by the way. An undercover video shows that the UN is against Trump. Of course, because they're globalists. Globalist socialists. Terrible. Nice. Here we go.
All right.
Sweet. Nice. Thank you. Nick, the anchor baby, helping to make it happen. I don't know how to do my super source, by the way, with the split screen in us. We have some real crime info, do we not?
Yes, we do.
On, from the great, what's that guy's name? John R Lott Jr., PhD.
All right.
He is, so crime is not down, crime is up. What's down is arrests. Arrests are down.
Yes.
And morale and police numbers. It's kind of like the military.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Quiet quitting also. Yeah.
Quiet. Yeah, the cops are quiet quitting.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And what else is going on? These are the things that we're going to
Here we
cover.
go. Did you mention the socialist Brandon Johnson?
Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago. Socialist is not mentioned in his Wikipedia, but everything true is not always in Wikipedia.
That's true. That's true.
If it's not in Wikipedia, it may as well not exist, but it does exist. It does exist. So that's crazy. And also the NFL player got shot.
Yeah.
In SF.
Yeah. Of course. Out of all places. Makes sense.
That's sort of related to the crime mess.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that there was violent crime in San Francisco. I thought that it was just property crime and drugs. Just a bunch of druggies.
Well, you wouldn't get those numbers anyway.
That's true. Indeed. And what even is the American dream? Oh, Lord. The American dream. It's over. It's dead.
It's done.
You can't own a home. So all that and your calls, guys, if you'd like to call in. But hold on. But anyway, guys, let's just get right on. Oh, let me switch this thing over. Ring with the show. What a mess.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, la la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, la la la.
So, how you guys doing? I am fine. I have with me... Which one again?
SSRC.
Bigg Bump is with me. What's up, Bigg
Hello,
Bump? It's nice
hello.
to see you, man.
Nice to see you too.
Got your dopest T-shirt. I thought it was a Dodgers
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Los Angeles Dopest. It's another local, LA company.
Right on.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Thank you, sir.
LA hat, LA cap, and Hake has his Tar Baby T-shirt on. I feel like I need the blue, because blue goes better with orange than with pink, and we're angry today. Nice. What's up, everybody? So that's cool. Let's see. Let me see over here. Do. Okay. Let's get into our stuff, Bigg Bump. How you doing, man? It's been a little while.
Yeah, it has been a little while. So thank you
Yeah,
for having me.
Thanks as always for coming.
Yeah, sure thing.
And you're gonna talk loud today.
Yeah, I was, my back is hurting. They told me my name is Toby now.
Toby.
Nah.
Is Toby the guy who got whipped?
Yeah.
So you got whipped?
Yeah, I got whipped. So,
Is it like a beta back type of situation where you can't quite walk well and you're sitting and it's painful?
not really, but it's just scarred up.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just, when I heard Jesse say, "Oh, we'll make him talk today." He's going
Oh,
to be
yeah.
there today. That's what, yeah. So
Okay, so
cracked
it's not
the whip.
literally hurting. It's
No,
not in pain.
I'm fine.
Okay, good. What's your name?
Toby.
Nice.
Kunta. Kunta.
I never saw that.
Thank
Okay,
God.
let's get into this. First of all, I wanted to hear about, briefly, Tyrese.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese Gibson, he cried on The Breakfast Club, and we saw it on Punchy TV.
Yeah, last Monday.
On Punchy
Yes.
TV last Monday, Tyrese Gibson with Joel Friday, American Anchor Baby, Hake, JLP was there along with us, and Tyrese cried on The Breakfast Club, one of my competitors. And it turns out he's coming out with some movie, so he's just promoting.
Yeah, that's how I saw it, because I seen it first on Instagram, and then I scrolled same time frame. I was scrolling and I seen the movie.
Yeah.
It's called whatever 1992, and I was like, oh, that's what's going on. He's putting on an act right now. So
You think he was?
yeah, I mean, he probably was in his feelings, but
Yeah.
he was putting on extras, get more people to check out.
Oh,
the
true.
film.
Because then they see him, they're like, oh, his interview is going to go a little bit more viral.
Yeah, right.
And he's just all about drama.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that could be added motivation
Yeah,
to
yeah. It's
play
just
like he's so...
too coincidental for me. Yeah.
That's an interesting little movie thing that you... Oh, Lord. In the world. How'd that happen? Oh, I think I know what's going on. Okay. Never mind. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now we have it. Okay. So here's the little... check out Bigg Bump, by the way. He's on YouTube, BIGGBUMP, and X. Let me show you guys his stuff. And on Instagram. Oh, I need to show this. Hang on. Let me switch over to this. Hang on. Palettes. Key 1. Boom. Hang on. Complicated business. No. Sorry, guys. This is important. Oh, there we go. Now we have Bigg Bump here. Nice. Sorry, guys. We're terrible. I need to get better at this. Okay, so here's Bigg Bump. BIGGBUMP on YouTube. You can check out his stuff. He's on Twitter. BIGG_BUMP.
Nice.
And did I show his IG? Oh, yeah, here's his Instagram. Whatever. Bigg Bump. Nice. So check it out. Okay.
Check it out.
So here's the little Tyrese crying. This is why Tyrese was crying, because there's this dumb movie coming out. Is it dumb?
It seems
Oh, I don't know if I can do it.
when I first saw it, it seemed a little like it was pushing something.
Pushing a
Yeah,
liberal agenda.
Yeah.
Save info. Hopefully you guys didn't catch this. Here, let me keep this down very low. 1992 movie. Ooh. Hey, Ray
What are
Liotta.
you doing here, crashing our party?
Oh, I better bleep it because it might be cussing. I forget if he cussed. But it has Clint Eastwood's
Clint
boy.
Eastwood also, yeah.
Scott Eastwood. So, isn't that nice?
Yeah. So I figured, and then when I seen it was Death Row Records film.
Oh,
that's
Lord.
Snoop, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's still involved with Death Row.
Yeah.
That he owns it, I guess, now.
Oh, because that other guy's in jail for
Yeah.
killing somebody.
Yeah.
Killing somebody on the set. Or something.
Yeah.
It was
I think
related
at
to
a restaurant or a fast food place where he drove and ran him over in a car. Is that what
Something
that
like
was
that,
for?
yeah.
Yeah.
Terrible stuff
Yeah.
going on in the world. Okay, let's get into the real stuff, though, because Tyrese, some movie, who cares? An undercover video shows the lame UN guy against Trump. And what Bigg Bump said about this, since day one, globalists have been against Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the NWO is for, I'm against. So says Bigg Bump.
Yeah.
Tell me about
New
this.
World Order.
Tell us about this.
Yeah, so I came across, it was Steven Crowder's,
My competitor.
your competitor, his mug club, Louder with Crowder mug club. Sorry to promote it, but
But this is the source.
But that's the source. Yeah, so another look like a honeypot type where he probably was interested. This UN lawyer from the law office of the UN,
Jorge Pauletti.
Paletti, was, being secretly filmed undercover and just talking, and it basically was, which was surprising for him to admit that, the United Nations doesn't do much. They don't have any power or anything.
Yeah.
They get 24% of their funds or money from the United States.
27, I
It
thought
was
I said at one point.
27, 24?
Something
I thought it was
like that.
27. 24, rather. But, yeah, one of the two. I may be getting it mixed up with the Brennan Johnson numbers also.
Okay. Another socialist.
Yeah. Yeah, and then him mentioning that it would be, what's the word he used with for Trump, what you just said, if Trump wins re-election, we'll be done pretty much, which in 2019, Trump went to the United Nations and pretty much spit in their face, to make it that, it's America first. And they don't like that. They know that they'll be done if once again if Trump is in office again. And that's what one of the reasons I gravitated to Trump initially back in 2015, 2016, before the election, is because everyone was against him. Then, all the globalists were against him. They were making up stories.
Yeah.
It was easy to find the actual story, what happened. Something simple as feeding koi fish somewhere with one of the Asian presidents.
in Japan or something.
His friend, the guy the one that was killed, right?
Yeah, he got shot. He got assassinated.
Yeah, he got assassinated.
Wow.
They showed like a little snippet of him, pouring everything, all the food in, and then a couple of days later, I see that the president said, "Hey, pour it in." They both are doing it.
Right.
And I was like, this is crazy. They're just making this guy out to be. So everyone, they're against him. The globalists were against him. New World Order was against him.
Yeah.
If you weren't America first, you're going to be against him. So this UN story or this undercover thing is telling that Trump really is, again. We had the Sammy the Bull one where he couldn't buy off Trump.
Yeah.
Now another another group or another person saying, "Hey, we can't do anything with him."
Sammy the Bull was a mafia guy.
Mafia guy, right? And he was on Vlad TV with his interview, and Trump is a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you say, he's a stand-up guy, and he wants what's right for America. And that's just it. And you get these evil people behind, trying to take him down.
And he's a nationalist.
Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting. New Yorkers say, you'll hear New Yorkers call in to some of our shows, and they'll say, we in New York, we know Trump. We don't like him.
Right.
That doesn't speak well of you,
Right.
New Yorkers, because Trump is the best thing that's happened to the country in the last 10, 15,
Right.
20, 30, 40 years, maybe.
Yeah.
And in terms of like political leaders. And New York is known to be liberal. They don't elect good leaders.
Right, yeah.
And so New Yorkers,
Obvious.
knowing New Yorkers, that just really speaks well of Trump.
Right.
Really.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's the same thing. Yeah. Exactly. It's the same exact situation with this lawyer. That says less about you and more about Trump. And then the very next day, I didn't send this to you, but one of their correspondents or spokespeople came out and said, "Oh, this guy is just a junior staffer. He's a no one, this and that." But you came out to say that, he's a nobody.
Right.
So you're not addressing the issue, what he's saying.
Yeah.
That, so, yeah.
That's interesting that who knew that a little subscription club has a undercover
Right.
rogue journalist stuff. Here, this is what he sounds like. It's like a rough sounding thing.
Yeah.
One of the goals for the UN.
Threat to the absolute power of the United States.
One of the defining features of this MAGA movement is the ultra-nationalism.
Ultra-nationalism.
One of the main enemies are what they call the globalists.
Globalists.
The definition of a globalist.
I'm the
One
definition.
of the objectives.
He
Right.
said, "I'm the definition of a globalist."
Yeah. He's proud of himself, too.
This man, he says that they want a one world government.
Yeah.
They want everybody to have this global citizen identity, which basically, like, it's an imitation of let's be united and have love for one another.
Right.
But this is sort of a mama spirit
Yeah.
because they're against Trump, who wants unity and he wants to be fair to
Agreed.
everybody.
Right.
Because right now it's not fair to America or Americans.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, Trump may bring the end. And I really doubt it, too. I really doubt that this guy's fears are even really valid.
Yeah, I can agree
Because
with that.
Trump
I
was
can
going to
agree
work
that.
with these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
He's going to pare down. He's going to limit their, I guess I can keep this going kind of quiet. He's going to limit their power, their
Or
sway,
whatever right. Yeah. Yeah.
their fake power.
Right.
He's not going to go into their agenda. It's interesting that their agenda includes the climate thing.
Yeah.
They're one of the
Yeah,
major
they're
IRCC, something like that.
IPCC?
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
And
International
That's-
Panel Climate Control or something, like climate change or something like that. Yeah.
isn't it convenient that that's a global issue and it means give them power? It's kind of like scientists, so-called climate scientists. There's a problem. We need to give us
Yeah.
money.
Right.
Give us money, give us power.
Right.
So you kind of have a conflict of interest,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, in being
That's-
honest
right.
about the situation.
Yeah. For sure.
And these people are a bunch of liberals who have an agenda of like globalist socialism.
Yeah.
Like Bill
Definitely.
Lockwood has said, redistribution of America's wealth
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and power.
that. And that.
At one point, he says, you can't do too much pollution. Who are you, UN, to tell me, America, what we can do in
Right.
our own country?
Right.
Centralized power is not a good thing.
Right. And that's the thing.
Because they're not any. They're not any less corrupt than anything in America.
Yeah.
They're probably
they get into
as
everything.
corrupt or more.
Yeah, for sure. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Also, it's again the destruction of America. That's what they want. They just want to take over, to be the head of the United States.
Yeah.
And they put the right people in to do that. And like you said, that almost a problem reaction solution. You know, they make the big problem.
Right. They stir it up.
Yeah. Everybody gets freaked out, and then they get the money, and now they can dictate more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they pull along America and getting that 27% of their funds, you know, and that's the most by far.
Yeah.
You know.
At one point, he admits that America gives. Let me see if I can find that exact number, just so that we have the right number for you guys.
And it's the same thing with the NATO. That's the same thing that Trump is saying about NATO. You know, why would I give NATO, or why is America giving NATO all this money? And you guys aren't doing anything for me. You're not doing anything for America. So let's take this back. Let's descale, bring these high dollars back to America.
27%. The United
Okay.
States government funds 27%. Let me pause this right here. See if I'm. Oh Lord! And it's the most by a long stretch. Okay, let me see if I can disappear us for a second here. This is important. The United States government funds 27% of the UN budget, according to him. Jorge Pauletti. So in your face, UN.
Yeah. Go somewhere.
Lamos. Nice. So shout out to Trump.
Yeah.
For being good for America.
Right. Yeah. It's true. He's honestly the patch for
right.
The destruction of America. He's just holding it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with people like this, you need something, because it's without Donald Trump, we would be in the position we're in now and just continuously going downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of stuff going downhill, meanwhile, in the, what would I call it? In America, across America, really. Let me show you guys what's going on here. Real crime info from Dr. John R. Lott Jr., PhD. I reference him all the time. He's been on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. Bigg Bump says crime rates aren't down. What's down is funding, morale, and employment. And this is a John Lott article that you shared.
Right.
From August 2024.
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Share this with you guys. Law enforcement collapse masks the rising crime rates. From Real Clear Politics, guys. It's an article by John R. Lott Jr. What did you see in this that caught your eye? I saw a few things that caught my eye. Quite a lot, actually.
Because I did a little deeper dive, it just the numbers that I saw, I was like, man, this is crazy, because one of your callers keeps mentioning that. So I was like, okay, so he did say that. True, that's what those are the numbers.
What the FBI says crime rates is down.
Right, yeah. We know it's not.
Is it down in Chicago? Because one of my callers, Joe the Snake from Phoenix, might be referring to him, not sure, says that crime is down. I don't know if I'm able to zoom in on this. Anyway, is it down in Chicago? Do you happen to know?
I am not sure, but they are one of the Chicago Police Department, because these numbers are 22, so the 23 numbers will be coming out, I guess, like September, October.
Oh, yeah. You don't really get good numbers.
No.
I mean, you don't get the numbers in a timely fashion.
So in 21, the Chicago Police Department reported only 7 months worth of crimes.
Okay.
And then in 22...
7 months? So they didn't report the whole year?
Yeah, pretty much half. You're going to get half.
Okay.
And then in 22, they went full reporting. So the numbers are going to be fudged. So they're not going to be realistic. They're not going to be realistic.
Right.
They're going to be missing a lot of numbers. Clearly, out of 24 months, 19. You're only going to get 19 months worth of reporting on that. So, yeah, that all these price drops, I was about to say, all these drops in crime rates, they're like big, like 50%, 60%. I'm like, man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You're not going to, I don't know. It was just weird how these numbers would be told. And I just so happened to come across this. I wasn't looking for it either.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they dropped significantly, had by 50%, 61% in different areas. In certain places where they say, and this is after, they're focusing after COVID-19 pretty much, where arrests fell for murder, 37%, overall, rape by 58%, robbery, 50%, and aggravated assaults by 54%.
These are arrests.
And
arrest rate for murder fell by 37%.
37%.
Rape by 58%. Robbery by 50%. And aggravated assault by 54%. So it's not like the crime went down. The arrest rates went down.
Right. Yeah.
So the rates of arrest. So a reported crime, an arrest may or may not happen. The arrest did not happen.
Right.
Happened less and less.
Less and less.
People getting away with more crime. Thanks, Obama. Biden.
Yeah.
And his ilk, really. Because it's local.
Mm-hmm.
It's Soros DAs.
Yeah.
It's the attack on the police since Black Lives Matter.
Right.
The insurrection. Because one of the things that John Lott points out is it's since 2020.
Right.
Starting in 2020. And that was George Floyd overreaction.
Exactly.
The insurrection against the police and against the whites.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Also,
good thing I used your link. My other link froze my whole.
Did it?
Froze my computer.
And then it also he gives examples of the cities that stop responding to the non-emergency calls, and they tell them to just go to the police station. No one's really going to go to the police station. If
Olympia, Washington,
Charlottesville,
VA,
yeah,
a lot of blacks in Charlottesville.
There it is. I forgot about that. Chicago was in there also.
Oh yeah,
that's right. Yeah, okay, I forgot about that. Yeah, so that proves that they're not giving full reports, and you're not going to get the full numbers. You can,
911 calls on South Side Chicago and West Side ignored, while rapid response calls make traffic stops instead.
Yeah.
This is according to Injustice Watch, which I hadn't heard of them before, but that's a nonprofit newsroom investigating the Cook County court system.
Yeah.
By Pascal Sabina from February 15th this year.
That was this year? Yeah.
Neighbors in Black and Latinx communities often wait for police to show up, if they show up at all. Teams created to respond quickly to calls for service have been spending their time on traffic stops instead. Well, that's where you get your money. You need to get your money from these traffic stops.
Quick cash, too, yeah.
LaShonda Tort in front of the something district, 2019. She called 911 after a shooting, but police never showed up. I'm laughing, but it's terrible. I mean, but it's kind of typical.
Yeah.
911 is a joke, and the higher the crime, the more of a joke it is.
Right. So.
Wow.
And then you've always said that when someone's saying these numbers, just spewing off these, crime is low. You've always said that what is it? Like they don't report the whole number. They don't.
Yeah.
They're not reporting
True.
everything anyway. So that and we I know, everyone knows, everyone sees it. Things are not 50% down crime. Or,
Yeah. Dishonest.
Yeah, it's not. It's disingenuous for sure.
Yep.
So, yeah. Also, with that, there's a in the link in there. There's a link to this Marshall Project, and it's like a nonprofit they cover criminal justice system, just coverage of it, and that's where I got the non-reporting numbers. And one of them was, so in 22, the NYPD, LAPD, Phoenix PD, they didn't report to the FBI.
Whoa.
Another county in New York, Suffolk County, Hillsborough County in Florida, the sheriff department there, Nassau County in New York, and San Jose Police Department here in California didn't report in 22 either.
This is the Marshall Project.
Yeah.
4 reasons we should worry about missing crime data, or data if you prefer. And it's from a couple of gals wrote this, I guess, or somebody.
I think, what is that? That was last year.
Agencies that fully participated.
Yeah.
And you see quite a lot around here, scattered over here. Did not participate. Strong non-participation among New York Police Department, all over Florida, LAPD, and up in the Bay Area. Wow.
And if you go further down, there's that chart. Is where I got
this one
reporting. Oh, no. Like some orange highlights. Keep going. I think it's right under there. Yeah. That one. That's where I got it from. And I was just stating the 22, not even the 21 prior to that, which skews the numbers.
2021, 2022, no reporting, full reporting. New York Police, no reporting, both years. LAPD, no reporting. Chicago reported 7 months, like you said. Phoenix reported 1 month, no reporting, reported 9 months. I mean, it's a lot of paperwork and reports and all that stuff.
Right.
And these people like to have their numbers, and I like numbers. But it's liberals like numbers more.
Yeah.
Because they can fiddle with the numbers and,
And then this is another thing that the Florida and Pennsylvania, they're less than 10% of agencies in Florida and Pennsylvania are available in the National Crime Data base. And then it also has what it says, but many states have near perfect submission rates. So some states are, do it perfectly, but Florida, Pennsylvania, they're horrible.
Florida and PA, wow, the 2 worst.
Yeah.
And I say worst in that it's not necessarily worse. It's just that they don't work with the feds.
Don't do it. Right, yeah, exactly. Right.
And so who says that you have to work with the feds?
You get in trouble when you work with the feds.
True. Man. What a mess.
Yeah, it really is. It's really you can go by the numbers, but you're not getting the real numbers.
Right.
So just use your talking points, go right ahead, but just know they're not valid.
Interesting.
What else did you see something else?
But the FBI data even shows that the arrest rates are plummeting to unprecedented levels. So how do they ignore the collapse of law enforcement? Why is it surprising that crime rates are rising?
And there we go. With
John R Lott Jr. with some honest reporting.
And again, like I said, the retirements, the morale, no one wants to not do their job. They just want to, they're getting paid to do their job. They're doing their job. They want to see law and order. They have to stop the defunding of the police. They're losing money. Again, you can't do your job.
Right.
You're in harm's way if you don't have the right equipment, firearms, if enough ammo, computers in the car. If you don't have the nicest engine in your truck or in your nowadays Charger,
Dodge Charger.
You can't really do your job. And that causes it, people quit, and now they don't have enough, there are not enough heads or bodies to fill
Yeah.
the precinct.
Let me see if I had anything else, because I copy pasted a lot of the links. Let me see, just to show you guys here. FBI data shows it plummeted. Blah blah blah. Murder down. All that stuff.
Yeah.
Things are even worse than the numbers indicate. What a mess.
It
The
sure
Democrats and the news media, according to John R. Lott, keep claiming Bureau of Justice statistics measure the total crime has soared under Biden-Harris administration. But they only cite the FBI count of reported crime, and a lot of it goes unreported because you have to go to the police station.
Who wants to do that?
Yeah. I think I submitted a report when they stole my catalytic converter over the internet. Of course, I didn't get any follow-up.
Right.
At the beginning of this year, in the new year. They stole my catalytic converter. Who knows who. And,
I was told Cartel was a big deal in that.
Oh, really?
Had neighbors had his stolen out of his, he had a Prius. They stole it out of there.
I thought it only happened to Priuses.
Yeah.
I thought I was fine. But it's more than just Priuses. It's all kinds of Toyotas and maybe some other vehicles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And when he went to the police department, they told him it was cartel related, that they kind of knew who specifically those individuals were.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's okay. You guys can have it. I don't want to mess with the cartels. They're going to run California before long, if you think about it.
Yeah, it'll look like Colorado. And
True.
yeah.
Venezuela's dominating apartment complexes in Colorado.
It's wild.
No fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was somebody shot, speaking of crime, an NFL player got shot, a 49ers player.
Rookie also.
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
I know what a wide receiver is. That's about that and the quarterback and center. Center hikes the ball, right?
Right.
Those are the only three things that I know. Everything, linebacker, I guess lineman is somebody who blocks.
Right.
And I don't know what he does if he's on the defense.
He has to
He sits
penetrate the line to make the tackle.
Oh,
to
okay.
stop,
So he attacks.
you know,
He either blocks or or tries to. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what a tight end is. Because that's what a Kels is.
Yeah, he's a lineman / receiver.
Okay.
So responsibility is to block, but when it's a passing play.
I have a picture that you showed to me of this guy who got hit. Let's see if I can open it up and share it with you guys over here. This poor guy.
And I'm a distant fan of him because of he played for University of Florida. I like their football team.
Okay.
And he made he was pretty decent. Nice player. And he had to be pretty good to be drafted in the first round. So he was like second to last player drafted in the first round.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And he's a white man.
Yeah, from Arizona.
Aaron. Wait, no, that's his mother.
That's his mother, yeah.
Aaron Persall, my baby boy. He is extremely lucky. What is it? I read about him in Hake News. What's his first name?
This is Ricky.
Ricky Persall. Persall, yeah. Pearsall. His mother wrote this on Facebook, I guess. Update on my baby boy. First and foremost, I want to thank God for protecting my baby boy. He's extremely lucky. God shielded him. He was shot in the chest and it exited out his back. Usually the exit wound is bigger. Mm-hmm. Sorry, kids, ladies. Thanks be to God it missed his vital organs. He's in good spirits right now. Life is so precious, my friends. Please love each other. My son was spared today by the grace of God. Please pray for him. She broke her silence. This is from Daily Mail.
Daily Mail, right.
She broke her silence. Erin, the mother. Erin looks like she's like my age, plus or minus. And then her boy looks like he's...
and she might be because he's only 23.
Okay, yeah. I was going to say, he looks like he's... What's my caller, the 21-year-old?
Hayden?
Hayden,
Yeah, yeah,
Hayden. Doesn't that look like Hayden? I've never seen Hayden. We're not doxing. So proud of you, baby boy. Oh, Lord. A white gal. Or maybe she's Italian or something. But look at him. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that just got me, all the baby boy type
I
stuff.
know.
And she's all up on him. And it just looked weird. That part did.
For sure.
But yeah, I seen the news. I was at my father's house this weekend. And I just looked up and I seen NFL player. I was like, wow.
Shot.
Yeah.
In San Francisco.
In San Francisco.
A botched robbery.
Yeah.
I had read this in Hake News. I wonder if I have this in Hake News here. Pardon me, guys, because I feel like I think it was in CNN. It might have been in CNN on Sunday that I read it. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, right over here, I think. San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Ricky Pearsall shot in the chest in an attempted robbery, serious but stable condition. 17-year-old suspect in custody. Oh, Lord. Wrong link, wrong link. Look at this young man. I wonder if he's kind of into the black thing the way that Travis Kelce is.
The way he speaks, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he can't help it. He's an athlete.
He's an athlete, right? In that realm where you got 90% are
Look at him.
black.
He has tattoos all over his arm.
Yeah.
Whose arms are bigger, Hakes or Bigg Bumps or what's his name?
Ricky.
Ricky Pearsall. But anyway, we wish him well.
Yeah.
Earrings on his ears, but hey, he's 23. He doesn't know.
What do you expect? Yeah.
Oh, and what was interesting to me a little bit, a 17-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a boy. That's a young man. They have not doxed his name because I guess because he's a minor. Don't know. Okay, so he tried to rob him in like broad daylight, 3:30 p.m. Pacific time.
Afternoon, right? He was shot also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They struggled.
Yeah, there was a fight for
Too
sure.
much testosterone, Pearsall. Just give it to him. It's not worth it.
And a couple of
I don't know. I'm not saying.
Football. I know there's a couple of football players that have a talk show. They should be both. Maybe one is Hall of Fame, one is decent player. And I seen they mention that, hey, you got to let that go. You can always get a new Rolex or whatever he was after. But, I don't know. Until you're in that position,
they both got injured, according to SFPD.
And the 17-year-old, he was from Tracy.
Yeah, which is like 60 miles away. I saw that in the Tracy is in the San Joaquin Valley.
Yes.
Which is like inland, I guess, right?
It's much more inland, right?
60 miles away.
Yeah.
So he went all the way to SF to rob the rich people.
Right. Yeah.
Gunfires from the suspect's guns struck both Mr. Pearsall and the suspect. I wonder how many shots because that's crazy.
Heard, I want to say either 5 or 8.
Wow.
What I read last night, just going back over it, the story. Yeah.
Taken into police custody after attempting to, quote unquote, run away, according to this person.
And
William Scott.
Pearsall, he was able to walk off. There's pictures of him walking with paramedics to the ambulance.
Oh, the suspect?
No.
Okay.
Pearsall.
So Ricky, although he was shot in the chest, I don't know where in the chest.
Right here on the right side, somewhere. How he was holding his chest, it was like right here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And it went right through him.
Yeah.
God guided the aim of of the guy. So juvenile, man, what a mess.
Yeah, so don't tell me crime rates are
yeah.
Right.
An attempted robbery, pretty confident about that. Woo. So we wish you well.
And they say he wasn't targeting him. They wouldn't have known he was a football player or anything.
Okay.
So maybe the guy was just, ready to take down anyone, to take whatever he had to take.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
You sent me this other thing, and I don't know about Chicago, not Chicago, San Francisco.
Yeah.
That this guy wanted to run and replace that girl,
Yeah. There was a
my girl, London Breed.
London Breed. What's his name? Mark
Farrell?
Farrell. Yeah.
Or Farrell?
Farrell.
Ferrell. And he was the mayor before. I didn't know this.
Right after the Lee guy, the Mayor Lee, passed away, he was, I guess, voted in for that interim.
I guess that makes sense because I wasn't really up on who's mayor of San Francisco, really.
Yeah, I didn't even realize I think he was black. The mayor was at the time.
Oh,
then,
Lee?
yeah, I think he was black.
And then this white guy became mayor.
Yeah.
Mark Farrell. You said Farrell?
Like Colin Farrell.
Okay.
Yeah, that it's spelled the same way. So
Yeah,
I
true.
Yeah.
Also known as Penguin.
He was Penguin?
He's
Yeah.
going to be Penguin.
Is he?
Yeah, in a TV series.
Oh, okay.
Which
No
should be
clue.
kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway. I saw it on a billboard walking back from the park.
Okay.
That way. Anyway.
Huh. Didn't know that.
Colin Farrell.
Up-to-date news.
Yeah. There's blood. This is from February. This reporting is from February.
Yeah.
And Mark Farrell. So London Breed is not doing a good job,
Right.
after all. And that's true. I mean, if you think about it, look at what they say. I do not believe. Okay, go ahead. What were you going to say about it? Sorry.
I was again. I put it as relating to the crime
Yeah.
that because it's Mark Farrell. He's noticing, even though he's a liberal, he's a Democrat, of course.
Yeah.
But from what I can see and what I've read, that he is law and order. He's like more of a law and order. He wants those numbers. He wants to fund the police.
Yeah.
He wants arrests to be made. Kind of strict on crime and things like that. So that's where I seen in a Daily Mail after the shooting that he said he was wanting to. He said, "Enough is enough." That was his quote. That
Okay.
London Breed, enough is enough.
Yeah.
So I seen this that from earlier this year that he was already on, going at London Breed because of her mayoral attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you said, she's not doing much. She's not doing anything. She's just there.
I noticed there was some interesting facts in this article that I saw. So look at this. His policy proposals.
Right, there you go.
Check this out. And I wanted to point out to this, because this is what we've heard about in San Francisco all the time. Rampant property crime, people leaving their car doors and trunks
Right.
open and their cars empty.
show.
Don't break into our
Right.
car. And
Crazy.
and it reminds me of Canada, by the way. I heard in Canada, I've known some Canadians in my time that somebody encouraged the Canadians to leave their car key at the front of their house so that home invaders can come in and get their car key and steal their cars and have less opportunity to interact with the homeowner so that the homeowner doesn't get killed in a home invasion in order to steal the cars, in order to send the cars overseas for their car theft ring.
Right. The chop shop plans.
They steal cars and send them overseas and sell them or use the parts or
Right.
whatever. It's so bad that they're saying leave your key in the front so that you don't.
Did you have a caller mention that?
Maybe,
no?
but
Okay.
somebody
Someone
mentioned
else.
it to me. Somebody who knows one of Anchor Baby's friends.
Oh, okay.
Mentioned it to me. Overt drug use, property crimes, shanty towns, basically like homeless encampments.
Yeah.
Antisocial behavior, and antisocial behavior is more than just you don't like being around people. It means you're like assaulting people, you're being vulgar publicly, you're cussing all out in public, you're insane, you're stealing, you're robbing, you're being like the Hells Angels were antisocial. Filthy streets, and the new malady affecting San Francisco, an entire downtown full of vacant office spaces. So his policy proposals. Did you want to talk about this?
That one I said, like the police thing, the dismantling the police, that cleaning up the encampments. Like within a year, if he's elected,
Yeah.
he wants to get rid of them.
Nice.
The shelters, he wants to get away from the putting them in housing first, but putting them into shelters and then like going from there, not housing them immediately.
Oh yeah.
And
So send them to shelters.
And I guess maybe vet or maybe see who can do what.
Right.
And then go from there.
Yeah.
I didn't go into detail on that policy.
Okay. But basically kind of imprisoning them of sorts.
Yeah.
Because you kind of have to do something like that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise some of them are going to be more cleanly and respectful of your property than others, but most of them are not at all.
Right.
They don't respect themselves or anybody else.
Right. Yeah. And they enjoy what they don't mind being in that.
Yeah.
Squalor.
And meanwhile, everybody else doesn't want to go to your business because they have to go be around these homeless bums.
Yeah.
Who are you don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
A lot of time, most of the time, probably they don't do anything, but still, like you don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's bringing everything down.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to be selfish, homeless bums.
Yeah, I
Shout
noticed it in my little city. See, the one guy, he wears a dress. It's filthy.
Wow.
Because I noticed he was in another city, and then we moved to another city east of where we were at, and he made his way that way.
Yeah.
And so I see him. He has a dress on. He's bummy. Like you could tell he never. He's one of those that never washes, never cleans anything.
Wow.
He has his basket full of.
That's
his
the other
goodies.
thing. It's like a public health issue.
That's how I see it.
Yeah. So-called
like,
public
I don't
health.
even want to.
I don't like that term, but it's true.
Walk by and breathe in.
Yeah.
I don't know what's on that. He was there like whole leg out.
Jeez.
I don't even know if he had on any clothes under there. It's weird. And then another lady, every time she asks, I say, no, just no. I'm not going to go into detail with her.
Yeah.
And she's there, she's asking the same question. And every time I see her, she's eating the same food, but she wants money for food. But
right.
I'm like, lady, you're eating anyway. Chill out. Go do something with yourself. And then the one story where the one lady, the Mexican lady, came up to me, kept asking me for money, and I kept telling her no, and she threw the bag of mints at me. Like, what? What's wrong with you? Yeah, those are the type of people that you want that if they need housing, you want to vet them.
Yeah.
To see where they really are, because like you said, they enjoy that filth that they're living in. They don't have to worry about anything.
That's sick stuff.
Yeah, it is.
One of the things that he mentioned doing in addition to the whatever that was about the homelessness, a zero tolerance approach and policy for all crime.
Yeah, there you
in
go.
San Francisco. I like that.
Yeah.
That's what they called broken windows
Broken windows.
policing.
I was going to say broken windows.
It didn't work, they tried to say. It does work.
There was a time that I felt that way. That what? Broken windows? That's crazy.
So broken windows policing means you go after anybody who does any little crime.
Yeah, you go after it. It's zero tolerance, no mess or anything.
And when you stop that, you stop the big stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be like the mob and more organized crime that know how to act in public and present a good face, and then they'll do murders and not they'll get away with it.
Yeah.
But at least then you're functioning somewhat. Didn't they function better with the organized crime?
I say they had order. There's order there.
Right.
And almost in.
And it's not like a random killing. It's more going to be a killing, and they don't want collateral damage of innocents
Right. Yeah, they
getting
don't
killed
want
because that's bad
women and
for
children and all that.
Yeah.
That is bad PR.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad PR. They'll get more. They'll get crackdowns on them.
Yeah. Definitely.
So you want white collar crime. and white-collar murders. Sorry, kids. No, we don't want any of that. I'm totally kidding. Bad joke, I guess. Shifting from a housing first to a shelter first approach. Tax incentives for businesses to bring workers back downtown. Yeah, because workers don't want to be there.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, people who actually work. That's what I mean by workers.
Mm-hmm.
That gal in Beverly Hills, she got stabbed to death by a homeless bum in her a jewelry store where she was working.
Right.
She's a student, and I don't know if it's jewelry, but it was something like that.
Yeah, something.
And he just randomly does that.
Right.
Why would you want to work even in Beverly Hills?
Right. That's crazy. Yeah.
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 That is nuts.
Yeah, it really is. And I guess that district where the football player was at is nice, like a nice area as well.
It was central. Was it central? I thought I read central San Francisco.
Was
forgot
it?
if I-
Yeah, I don't recall. I know William, if he were to call in, he would probably be on top of it more than I am. And that's what I was saying, that even it's gotten so bad in San Francisco that even though it is a race, a mayoral race, that you have a liberal, a Democrat that is staunch, like, law and order. Like he seems sensible to me from what I can see.
I know.
That
he's going to dismiss Police Chief Bill Scott, whoever that is, on day one and flood the police academy with new recruits.
See?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about voting for liberals or wanting a liberal to win who's like going to be functional.
Right? Yeah. Right.
That's why I voted for Jackie Lacey here in L.A. County.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's the only reason why I like this London Breed gal, because London Breed endorsed her fellow black woman, Jackie Lacey, to be the first, continue as the first black woman DA. Because Jackie Lacey's a little bit tougher on crime than George Gascon.
Yes.
Maybe a lot of it.
I'll give you that. You're right. Yeah.
So that's why I voted for
why.
Jackie Lacey, and she lost, of course. Because the evil Netflix CEO and his wife, and George Soros, and Black Lives Matter all endorse George Gascon.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah. That London Breed, that and Lacey, that was just black.
Right.
That's
It wasn't about Jackie Lacey's good for Los Angeles. It's my sister.
Yeah, right. That's it. Yeah.
That's funny.
That's the sisterhood. Yeah. So London Breed, she's San Francisco was horrible to me. I mean, it's a nice place.
Yeah. Or was.
Yeah.
It still could be.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know if you get someone like Mark Farrell, maybe it'll change. If this policy of his proposals are met, it could change. It could turn around.
That'd be beautiful.
Yeah.
Somewhat, even though he is a liberal.
Right.
Okay, let's get to we're at the top of the hour already here. I'm glad we got through some of that.
Yeah.
Let's get to some calls. We have people on hold. Speak of the devil. Let's get to Rika Frederick in Los Angeles, California. Frederick, thank you for calling and holding there, man. You're on the line.
What's going on? Good morning, Hate. Good morning, Bigg Bump.
Good morning, Frederick. What's going on, man?
Got on a dopest shirt with a name like Bigg Bump. Man, he's going to jail.
Man, knock it off.
Hey.
Yes.
You remember when COVID was going on and Trump said, hey, if you stop reporting on it, the numbers will go down.
Indeed.
Just stop reporting on it. Just stop reporting and the numbers will go down. What are y'all doing? And the FBI took his advice and now y'all crying. See what I'm saying? You can't win.
What?
So he's comparing
y'all stop reporting.
COVID numbers to crime.
Knock it off, Frederick.
That's cute, Rika.
I know it. Anyway, what's Benjamin Netanyahu doing? What's this month?
That's an interesting
question.
What month are we in? We are in...
What month are we in?
What month are we in?
Is it a history month or what kind of month is it?
Oh. Christian. We're Christians.
No, don't do that.
I don't know what month. What month is it?
Okay, I don't know. I was
it's
just asking. I was just
belated Happy Men's History Month, belated Happy White History Month, and now we're in September. Men's Forum first Thursday, by the way.
That's what's up. But Benjamin got in some hot water, and that's what he gets. You feel me? Biden and Kamala are sitting in the White House right now, negotiating with some real negotiators, and they about to go get the rest of them hostages because old Benjamin, he let them 6 be left behind, and one of them's American Israelite.
Right.
That's
Israeli.
That's not good.
Yeah, and so you blame Netanyahu for Hamas killing those hostages?
I'm thinking the election is looking at both sides and what the policies are from Trump and what the policies are from Kamala, and they're gonna say, who should we vote for? Because all the Jews are in the uprising, and Trump's like, let them finish the job. No.
You know what's interesting is that the liberals are playing right into Hamas's hands because Hamas killed those hostages knowing that the liberals would use it against Bibi because Bibi is Hamas's big enemy. And so
he didn't want to negotiate anyway.
I don't know how much he did or didn't want to negotiate, but he knew
dropping
that
bombs is a sign you're not trying to negotiate. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it
so
is
do you blame Hamas for killing those people, or do you blame Bibi for them getting killed, for Hamas killing them?
I blame Bibi.
Okay, typical liberal.
Yeah, whatever.
It is interesting. It's interesting because there was like this false promise that, and I call it false, that is my word. There was this supposed promise or hope that these 6 hostages would be released, including this one guy who's an American Israeli, Israeli American, and they would be alive with this ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. But instead, the Israeli IDF did this operation, and shortly before they got to these prisoners, Hamas killed them, these hostages.
They say they got 100 more.
Yeah, I could believe that.
That'd be so, right.
And some of them are probably dead already anyway, but some of them are alive. And so
6 compared to 100
and
more.
so do you think Hamas is like, hey, this takes the fire away from us by killing these people? This puts the fire, maybe it doesn't take the fire away from them, but it puts more fire on Bibi.
On Bibi, right.
And
maybe they only got enough food to feed 94 of them, and the rest of them got to go. Like, look, y'all,
crazy. That's pretty dark.
Negotiating for y'all, we running out of food. I got to feed my men. So look, if they don't want you, we're gonna leave y'all out here because apparently they don't care about y'all. So we're gonna try to keep the other ones alive. I don't know. We all assuming. I don't want to assume, but whatever's going on, it needs to stop. Right? No more money to Israel. Can you agree to that?
Me?
You?
No, not since
not
because
camera, right?
No, I mean I would be for that, but that's not been our policy, and the people pushing the hardest for no more money to Israel are the worst people. And so
how you know who they are? Hey, you assuming. How you know they're the worst people?
Because they're liberals. I mean, I know that there's some I know there's some good people.
That's not true.
I know
Nazis aren't liberals. Nazis aren't liberals.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
Nazis are Republicans.
I know, but there are some liberals who are agreeing with the Nazis.
How you gonna say I know, but then say there's some liberals? No, you're not.
Yeah,
no.
Are there liberals who say no more money to Israel?
But are there more Nazis than liberals?
No, there's way more liberals. What the heck?
No. Kamala is married to one of those small hats, so she's gonna definitely give money to. That's why I'm not with the Democratic
But a whole bunch.
Party.
Wait. There's a whole bunch of Jews who don't want to support Bibi's war.
True, but those aren't the Nazis. The Nazis are the ones that don't want nothing to do with them. Period.
No, but the loudest.
Just because they want peace don't mean that they don't like them. Just because they want peace over
there. Are you a
Nazi?
Nazi?
Israel, am I a Nazi?
Yeah.
No, I ain't. I'm a pharaoh. Stop with the bull.
And then are the Antifa, Black Lives Matter, occupier,
Nazis either.
liberals,
No,
the
they're not.
communists are also against money for Israel.
Yes.
Putin, it all depends on who
Yes.
you ask. Putin says Nazis are anybody coming from the West. We don't agree with that, right? Come on now.
Anyway, what a mess. Thank you, I guess, Rika.
All right, Trump's gonna change his side with a ceasefire. You watch what I'm telling you. He's gonna backtrack on abortion, and he's gonna backtrack on this. Let Israel go ahead and do what they need to do.
Oh, okay.
Mark my words. All right.
All right. Take care. Any thoughts on this Israel-Palestine thing?
Yeah, I understand. I get that part where no more money to Israel. Because I was there, libertarian minded. I was
Right.
like, yeah, no. But I do see that.
And I would be for that if that's how we've always been. And I would be for like phasing it out or whatever.
Yeah.
Phasing out funding, but I'm not going to cave to these people's demands.
Right. Yeah.
And out of all the leaders in Israel, I like Bibi. Sorry, go ahead.
I really don't. At one point, I did care about it, but I don't. I really don't.
You
I don't
cared.
care about.
You cared like against supporting Israel.
Yeah.
And now you don't care whether we support them or not.
Right. Yeah. I'm just America first. When I realized certain things, I was like, you know what? We should just be taking care of Americans.
Yeah.
Not worry about anything outside. Almost that how they classify Ron Paul as like a isolationist.
Right.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I want.
And that doesn't mean
I
that we
want
don't make
America,
deals with other
right.
people.
Yeah. You're going to, not have to.
And
You're
cooperate
going
with
to.
them.
Yeah.
Because Ron Paul, if push comes to shove, he probably has a reasonable position.
Of
Just
course,
like Trump.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
When push comes to shove, he has a much more reasonable position
Yes.
than the straw man that they paint on him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's gonna make the UN cease to exist. I wish, but he's not gonna do that.
Right. Yeah.
He'll still. I would imagine that he would still work with them. He just wouldn't empower them in the way
and
that
it's
they've
been
been empowered
shown
towards evil.
With Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Like he works with people. He's a
Right.
businessman.
Oh, he's
gonna
gonna
work
start
with
World War III.
Right.
World War III is happening under Joe.
Right.
if you want to call that this, hopefully. It's
Yeah.
not.
It seems like it's a start, but
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, so that's how yes, honestly, I did have that position at one time, but
Yeah.
it's going to play out how it's going to play out, and I'm America first.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah.
And no matter what you do, you have to work with the Jews.
You have to.
There's Jews all over America, and they've made themselves powerful.
Yeah. They're in
so
a position.
You have to work with them.
Right.
You better work with the best ones and make it reasonable for you.
Right. Yeah.
And Trump is. Am I wrong for liking Bibi?
I don't think so. I would say that it's better. That I can't think of a prime minister from Israel that prior to that. I don't know. I guess I can't really say, but Bibi seems to be strong. He does things that I disagree with, but he seems strong.
Like he's good for their
Putin.
country.
Yeah.
He's a nationalist for their country.
Yeah, and I like that. I appreciate that.
He seems like a man.
Yeah.
And we need something like that in America.
Yeah.
Trump.
Yeah. Right.
Now, there's a lot of people who seem manly and then they end up being dumb liberals.
Boris Johnson was like that. I didn't like that.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Boris
oh man,
Johnson
Brexit. I was like, cool, yeah.
Yep.
And he got in and was, what are you doing, man?
Yep. I know that Bibi. They say that Bibi wants to push America to war with Iran, and I don't want to do that.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm against it. I don't like that.
But I don't know if that's true that he wants that. I think Iran was weaker under Trump, and now Iran is stronger and more out of control. And I kind of like Iran. I don't know.
I don't know.
They have problems too. Everybody has
problems. Yeah.
They have their women going out of control.
Yeah.
And they're kind of maybe overly mean to their women, maybe.
But at one point they were freer. The women were free. They didn't have
True.
to do hijabs and all that stuff like that. There was a point where they were
Yeah, that's
being
wild.
Western. Yeah, yeah. And then it just flipped.
Yeah.
Just like that. Yeah. Another one,
mess.
like Bolsonaro, Brazil's president, or however, whatever position that is right now. That strong. That's the same with Bibi.
Yeah.
Putin.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. Are we allowed to question whether Bolsonaro won or lost? Officially, he lost, right?
I am able. I don't know if you want to disavow or not. But
Okay.
I am able to. I'll do it for you.
Okay, so I disavow. By official standards, Bolsonaro lost, right? That's what we're supposed to say.
That's what you're supposed to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that
But
and wink.
right. Okay.
But they want to shut down Twitter.
yeah.
At least
yeah,
shut
that
down
judge wants
Twitter
to.
on X.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I seen that. And I was like, whoa, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these don't seem like
And it's
they're not honest people who want to shut down.
No.
It's kind of like the dishonesty that shut down Trump. They were trying to accuse Trump of incitement for having an opinion about what happened.
Yeah.
And that's not incitement.
And they even they shut down his speech to say, hey, knock it off. Basically, knock it off, go home. It's over. We'll deal with it later. Yeah. So they pick and choose, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And just like with it seems like they're trying to set a precedence for going after Elon also. Because of the Telegram and what was the other one? The other guy.
Oh,
Telegram and...
That was it. Telegram was Pavel Durov?
Yeah. There was one more company that they were going after. Well, they didn't arrest the other individual.
Okay.
But... And then, with that, I come to find out, Macron had requested to have a dinner with him. That's why he was in France.
Whoa!
Yeah, I wish I had the article for you, but
Backstabber.
Yeah, he said, what's his name? What's the CEO of Telegram?
Pavel Durov.
Pavel
Durov.
Like that? Yeah, Durov. His statement was, Macron asked me to come have dinner with him. That's why I was in France. That's why, that's how you guys got me, because he's basically saying I was set up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it true that the girlfriend, the girl he was with, posted in Paris? Hey,
I don't know. I heard you
on
mention
Instagram?
that, but I don't know. I didn't.
Somebody
I didn't
said
look
it on my
detailed to it.
buymeacoffee.com.
Yeah.
/ the Hake Report.
Because you mentioned the rapper guy after that, and I don't know. I didn't even get a chance to look into that. I think I was driving when you said it, so I couldn't look up to see if that was really the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like everything is with that. The platforms is to shut all that free speech down everywhere.
It really could go either way in terms of the direction that this goes.
Yeah,
we could go more free speech, or we could go full Nazi commie.
Your competitor even mentioned that warned Elon Musk, "Hey, don't go to Europe. Stay where you are right now, because you may be one of the next ones to be apprehended or arrested or whatever."
Wow.
Yeah.
The abuse of power. One of the things that this guy said over on that thing that you covered from Mug Club.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The undercover
thing
of the UN. He said that politics is more important. It trumps the law. Politics trumps the law.
That.
When politics comes into play, the law does not matter anymore.
See, that's UN globalist talk too. That's exactly it.
But it's also a reality. Like if you think, I thought of George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman, he was clearly innocent. It was clearly
like self-defense.
Self-defense.
Right.
He had a clear case of self-defense. They never should have brought charges against him, but they brought charges against him because of politics.
Politics, right.
The January 6ers, this attack on Trump, that's all politics.
Right.
It trumps the law. His example was Russia is not supposed to go into Ukraine with war.
Oh, right, yeah.
And Russia went into Ukraine, and they don't care. They
right.
Because politics trumps the so-called international law. You can't enforce the law.
Yeah.
And so same thing I feel like with all these attacks on people's speech and against Trump and Trump supporters and independent-minded thinkers. That's why I warn the people not to post on social media because these laws, the laws and the politics behind them are anti-truth,
right?
Anti-free speech. And if you're a little nasty, they're gonna get you.
Yeah.
If you're nasty with the quote unquote truth, or if you're just are ill-advised. Look at that guy who got shut down with a meme. Text your vote to Hillary.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah.
Crazy.
They it's no holds barred. They're gonna come at you to rid that free speech if it's for law or for what's right. It's like it's like they don't. That's it.
Yep.
You know, enough is enough. Like enough is enough. We're gonna come after you. You're gonna be that scapegoat, or you're gonna be the sacrificial lamb. You know, and they make everyone the sacrificial lamb. Everyone is
make a public example out of you.
Yeah. Shame you. Shame.
Yep.
And again, they did it to Trump. They did it to Alex Jones.
Oh yeah.
You know, and of course, if they could do it to them, they'll do it to anyone, lower level. You know.
So true.
Yeah.
And you don't hear those stories
and
a
you
lot
don't,
of the time.
You don't get that publicity. Yeah.
Let's get to John in Kentucky on the line here. John, how you doing, John in Kentucky? What's up, man?
I'm doing all right. I don't got a lot of time, so I'm gonna ask Bigg Bump a question.
Okay.
Oh, what's up, John?
Bigg Bump, how you doing, man?
I'm well. How you doing?
Hey, do you think that blacks were created by God to serve white people?
No.
Oh, thank you, man. I love you, man. Appreciate that.
Oh, now you love me. Oh, man.
I appreciate that. Because Hake and Mark believe that we were born to serve white people.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Had you heard that conversation?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Hey, but you still took a long time to answer, Bigg Bump. You was like, let me see how I can appease Hake today.
I give you an answer, and you still. It doesn't matter what I said. I could have said, you still would have had something to say. So, all right, John.
If you answered fast, you'd be like, you just answered fast.
Right, you're just doing it because of hate.
It took him 15 seconds to say no.
And
come on now.
What's your point?
Hey, no, I just I was curious about that. I really called in to ask Hake what are the qualifications to be able to talk to William, because he said I wasn't qualified to talk to him because my vocabulary only goes to y'all. Like I can only say y'all.
That's funny. No, I have no idea. You have to ask William that. And unfortunately, you can't ask him that.
Yeah. He was really being a coward that day because he was saying all this stuff about me, and all I wanted to do was, like, just let him talk to me instead of just throw it out. Maybe he wants to ask me some questions or something. But I disagree with everything he says because he caters to white people. Nothing. I don't even believe he likes black people the way he talks. And I just wanted to kind of go at it with him for about a good little time.
Well, there's a lot to dislike about black people, if you think about it, right? If you're
and white people too,
yeah. But there's they have issues.
It just seems to me like his.
But it's not good to dislike
it's only
them.
with blacks.
Oh. Well, I mean, they got major issues.
Yeah, but I think all races do hate.
Yeah, true.
I think I believe y'all give blacks all the blame for how the country is. Like, is the country not screwed up? Is the country not screwed up?
Yeah, the country is messed up.
So how is it that blacks are always like the main people getting their finger pointed at?
But that's not true. You're just being sensitive, so you feel like that this case, but it's not the case. If you listen to us, we haven't even hardly talked about blacks. I mean, I tried to hint at them today, but we were talking about. I mean, London Breed is a woman, and I wasn't thinking of her as black, but she is a black woman. But it's also the FBI, a bunch of liberals. We've talked about all kinds of stuff. We talked about the liberals. I wasn't thinking about blacks or anti-Israel and pro-Palestine. Some are, but I wasn't thinking of them with that. So you're just being sensitive.
That's when you get with Bigg Bump, then y'all talk about topics like that.
Yeah.
If it was just you, if it was just you,
Uh-huh.
you would have already had a whole 2-hour show planned out.
You know
about
what?
the
That's
blacks.
not true, John, because I had some
Yeah, it is.
black. No, I had some black news for you or some information for you, but I just didn't. I felt more what's being talked about today was the crime type stuff, FBI statistics that are made up or not fully reported.
Yeah.
But
so you purposefully set out to find black stories?
No, I said I can. They're there. What? Not I have to find them. They're
Of course
there.
It's there.
Yeah.
Of course
I can just
it's there, but
I can just go on my phone and any news organization, any platform, it's there. It's not hard. I can walk outside, and I can see it myself.
Yeah.
So that's not. It's
Yeah, but okay, but the thing is, like, I don't have a problem with y'all. Y'all do what y'all want to do, but it's easy for me to see that y'all like only target black people. You don't set out, like, you don't go on your phone on Google like you just said and look for white stories. You don't go on your front doorstep and just go outside and look for white stories. You look for the blacks. You single them out.
Where'd you get
White
that from?
people are in disaster.
Where'd you get
man.
that from? I just told you something totally different from what you just said.
You just said you pretty much you
I
said you
don't-
single out blacks.
I
It
said-
ain't hard to do.
No, I said I can go outside and see that. Just,
it's in our face.
It's just there. I don't have to
Is-
say,
is
"Oh,
the
I'm
white
going to
stuff
find
not in
it."
your face
It's
either?
there.
Is the white stuff in your face? Or you choose not to look at it?
Not as much as the black, though.
Okay, so only the blacks need to be talked about.
That's just what I choose. I'm black. You talk about black, right? Do you talk about black?
Yeah, I talk about black and white and
Okay.
white.
No, but you talk about black, though, right? Good or bad?
I talk about
Good or bad?
y'all talking about black. I talk about
Do
y'all
you talk
talking about black.
No. Good or bad? You talk about black, right?
What?
Good
We're talking about the criticism.
with the good
We're talking about fair criticism.
criticism, critique or not?
Yeah.
Do you talk about black people, or you uplift the blacks? Do you uplift the blacks?
Of course I do. Of
Okay,
course.
so what's the difference in me doing? I'm black. I could do whatever I want to, right?
You don't. Of course you can do what you want, but
Yeah.
you don't uplift the blacks.
How do you know?
You don't
How,
uplift
what are you
the
saying?
blacks. I've never in my life heard you uplift the blacks on this show.
As a whole, there's no need to. It's
Never.
Not, it's not.
Not even once.
It's not going to be honest if I do it as a whole.
What's to uplift, man?
Come on.
He uplifts individuals. He's like,
Yeah, but see,
yeah, go ahead.
I'm a black man too, and all the stuff y'all say that y'all put us under this umbrella when y'all say most and all that crap, that is not true. That's just from y'all's
Why does that
bigoted,
bother you
racist
though?
point of view.
Why does that bother
Because
you?
it's a lie.
No, it's not a
Because it's a
lie.
lie, Bigg
It's not a
Bump.
lie. It's not a lie. You're lying
It
about
is
that.
a lie.
But it's not a lie. You know
It
it's
is
not
a
a
lie.
lie.
Listen, are you not biased toward blacks? As a black man, are you not biased towards blacks?
I'm not biased at all. Well, you
Oh,
know
my
what? I may
goodness.
be
That is
biased.
a
I may be
lie.
biased because
That's a lie.
You know what? I don't like. I don't like certain things. Yeah, so I am biased. I discriminate. All that.
I don't
yeah.
like certain things about blacks either, but it's not my 100% my focus. Like I can say, I don't like these thug blacks that don't work, the ones that kill, the ones that sell drugs. I can say that, but you and Hake and all these listeners, for some reason, think most of us are like that, which is not true. But when I see y'all only having focus on us like that, that's the only reason why Hake has my ear, because I know it's bull crap.
But there are
It's bull
blacks
crap.
like that, and a lot of them are like that.
A lot of them are, but not most of them.
No, a lot of them are. Most of them are. Okay, most of them are.
Most of them aren't.
No, they ARE.
No. Most of black
When
people
I
are not
when
like
I
that.
talk about most black people, I'm talking about how most of them are blind. They think about this racism issue. They are not clear thinkers. They vote Democrat. They're blind.
Yeah,
But see,
absolutely.
those aren't
And
facts.
that
Those are
includes
opinions.
Well,
those aren't facts. Those are opinions.
whatever the case, but that includes you. It includes Maze, my favorite caller. It includes some blacks that I like who are not criminals.
Yeah, but
It
most of us
includes
aren't
Rika,
criminals.
Frederica. Frederica was
aren't
trying
criminals.
I know. I wasn't
Can you
saying you
admit
were.
that?
No. Because I
You
don't
can't
know.
admit that most of us are not criminals.
I don't know.
Now you don't know, but you knew 5 minutes ago. Well, he said R. He was saying ARER.
Yeah.
But he wasn't saying they're criminals.
That's what he's saying in his
Okay,
head.
I'll say
Or was he saying that they're criminals?
That statistic of that's 13% of the population. That
Yes.
50+% of the crimes. That's crazy.
No.
Yeah,
You don't
it's way
think
out of
that?
control.
But
That's-
see, y'all
that's
twisting that,
wild.
man.
No.
I done told you.
You don't.
Listen.
What's wild?
Listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen. If we're 13% of the population,
Yeah.
6.5% of us are not criminals. 6.5% of us are not criminals. You're not saying it right. Yes, we're 13% of the population, but a small percentage of that 13% is the one doing the 50% worth of crime.
Right.
Yeah, but he's saying.
But his point is that
it's,
his point is that it's way out of proportion. The black violent crime is way, way, way out of proportion compared to their
We
share of the
understand.
population. All right.
So
We understand.
that's
And
most.
we understand that all 13% are not committing crime. Bigg Bump is
Not
not.
even half.
You're
Not
probably
even
not.
half.
I know.
not even half.
Joe from Phoenix claims that it's less than 1.05%.
And I think you're smart enough to know he's telling you the truth when he tells you that.
I don't know if it's the truth or not, but that's still a lot. Even if it's 0.87%. Let's say it's
Okay, let me ask Big
let's
Bump
say
a
it's
question real
0.75%. It's still a lot. Go ahead.
Let me ask Big Bump a question.
Yeah.
Big Bump.
Mm-hmm.
Is half of the black population in America the ones committing crimes?
Is half of the population
Or half of the blacks.
half of the blacks?
If we're only 13%, it's 6.5. It's 6.5% committing that 50% worth of crime you're talking about
6.5% of the country.
of the black population.
Yeah.
Okay. What about it?
So 50%
Is
of the
that
black
six-
population. Are all those criminals?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Yes.
not true.
Yes.
That's a lie.
Why?
That's a lie. That's
Why
an
is
obvious
it?
lie.
I'm with you, John, on this one.
That's an obvious lie. That shows he got that mentality like
No,
William.
but it's just you're talking
Yeah.
numbers. You're
The numbers,
talking
that's
numbers,
what
and he
it
doesn't
is.
even understand what you're saying. I understood
Well,
what you're saying.
Tell him what I'm saying. Tell him what
He's
I'm saying.
saying-
Because I'm missing this point then. Clearly.
Every other black is a criminal. True or false?
Yes.
Whoa.
See, that's not
I know
true.
what you mean. You know what, John? John, I know what you mean. I know what
that
you
is not true.
Okay.
Most of us are not criminals. You guys look at the bad ones, and you have a bias toward all
John.
of us.
No.
And you look at all of us as criminals. That's
No,
why
it's
he's
just that
saying,
you take up for it.
John, I
Go
get
ahead.
what you're saying. I understand
No,
what
you
you're
don't.
saying. Yeah.
If you don't know what 50% is, you shouldn't even be on this thing talking.
I get what you're saying. I just told you that, right? So not every other person is. I get that.
It's not even 1 out of 3. It's not even 1 out of 3.
Now just chill out with your stats, with your statistics and percentages, because you're going
Look,
overboard
these
when
are
you
simple.
say
These are simple.
you're going overboard when you say it's not even 1 out of 3.
It's not. Hey,
How
would
do you
agree?
figure it's not 1 out of 3?
Hey, would you agree it's not 1 out of 3?
It might not be 1 out of 3. I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not going to keep lowering the
Yeah.
percentages. I'm not.
Hey,
Nope.
hey, if anything,
Ain't no
if
way. I just
anything-
told you. I just was on here
Look,
saying that
But they get away with they get away with crime, so all crime is
Hey.
not counted. A lot of
All
the
those crime
a
rates
lot
are
of the
not
mothers are raising these criminals, and they're not counted, and so there's a whole lot of problems. To me, the crime is not the problem. The crime is like one symptom of a whole
I know,
lot
but
of
you guys-
bad attitudes, crying racism all the time, and that's something that more than just the criminals do. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you guys are like lying to the public. Like he don't even
I'm not.
understand the 1 out of 3 and
Okay,
stuff like
hold
that.
on.
And he's
I'll
on
tell
your
you what it
show.
really
He
is.
knows what he knows. I think he knows.
I have the actual
No, he
numbers.
don't. It ain't,
I have the numbers.
Hey, on the high end,
I
hey,
have
on
the
the high
numbers.
end, 2 out of 10 on the high end.
No,
Two
I
out
would,
of 10.
I would guess that it might be something like what Joe is saying, that it's around 1%. 1 out of every
That's
100.
what I'm saying.
What did
1
I
out of
say?
every 100. Think about that. You run into 100 blacks, one of them is going to be a criminal, a violent
That's what I'm
criminal.
saying.
That's a lot.
Hold on, I have the numbers
you
for
put
you.
the other 99
But there's
under
also
the umbrella of that one.
But there's also this culture of stealing, lying, cheating, crying racism at the drop of a hat. There's all kinds of that.
That don't end with us. That don't end with us, Hank. It's just that's who your gripe is with. That's who your gripe is with.
What do you
that
mean?
don't end with us.
With the black complainers who are crying, making excuses and dishonest?
Yeah, that's
But that's
just
more
who you
common
choose to
with you
focus
guys
your
per
energy
capita.
on. Nah.
Yeah, it is.
We know who you guys are. We know who.
What's you
we
guys?
know who you guys are.
What's that mean?
Whites.
Whites. A little bit more honest per capita.
No.
A little bit more functional.
Evil. A little bit more evil. That's why you think we're supposed to.
How do you think we're more
God
evil?
made us to serve y'all. Because y'all's mentality, y'all think God made us to serve
No,
y'all.
I agree with what Josh and Georgia said, where we serve one another. Because whites are definitely serving blacks and not in the right way.
Well, I mean,
but I'm doing a service to blacks right now. Shout out to the
Big
blacks.
Bump, go ahead. I got to go, though. Go ahead and finish
Hold on. No, I'm trying to find what I sent to Hake before. The numbers
I don't want to hear no Newsmax stats. I don't want to hear no Newsmax stats.
Okay.
Catch Joel Friday, by the way. Joel Friday is coming up next. I have to end in about 20 minutes.
Joel, I want to call his show, but man, he only talks about love and stuff. He only talks about relationships.
You sound like Mark in Los Angeles.
I don't understand.
No, he talks about real stuff too. I mean, love is real too.
And then William told me not to call in because I don't talk about politics and stuff. That's what he wants to hear. He wants to hear all that politics and
news.
Stuff. I don't know that. I don't know that stuff.
I don't blame you.
All I know is I hear y'all talking about racism, so I call in, put my 2 cents in. Whether you agree or disagree, I don't care.
Joel Friday says you're too scared to call him.
Ooh.
Man, look, if I call him, I'm gonna talk about the same thing I talk about on this show, and every little chance I get to talk to Jesse. Jesse never answers the phone. You got to be agreeing. You got to agree with Jesse.
Not true.
And yeah, you got to agree with Jesse.
He prefers talking to people who disagree.
Yeah, right.
And then he also prefers talking about real stuff like people's lives. Because people are messing up their own lives.
That's ridiculous.
Which is reality.
Big Bump.
Yeah, so it is less than 1%. I have it at
Duh.
Was it 0.87% roughly?
0.84.
And that's according to reported crimes. Is that using FBI numbers?
Yeah, that was the
which
FBI
is an
numbers. Right.
So
but it's not going to go up much higher. It's not going to go up much higher.
I know, it's still way out of control, man. And when we look at all these have you seen the hordes of people stealing from stores? Those are not counted as violent crimes.
That's part of that. Yeah, that's part of that 1% element, right?
No, that's more. That's past the 1%, I think.
So Big Bump thinks 5 out of 10 of us, black people, walk around today are criminals. That means he's mentally off. He's mentally off. And he's going to tell his kids that, too. You know that?
I mean, black
5
people... 5
out of 10 black people.
Are blacks out of control?
Yeah.
Are blacks out of control?
That's the question.
Yes or no?
A lot of blacks are out of control.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Not most of us. Not most of us.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
All right.
Not even half.
But you're talking about your standard is violent crime, and our standard is not violent crime. Out of control.
My standard is crime, period.
Hake is out of control, but Hake isn't doing violent crime.
I see more black people working and paying bills than filling the jails.
Nice.
That's what I see.
Cool.
That's what I see.
It's good talking with you, John, in Kentucky. Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one. All right, Big Bump. Stay black, man.
Right on.
Bye. That was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, John in Kentucky. I agree with Big Bump, says Sir Buggy. What's up, Sir Buggy? A few super chats, guys. Before I get back to calls, the lines are full, but I'd be remiss not to address some of these coffees. Over on buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. Popcorn Stump Keg with a huge coffee. And down here, Deplorable Dave, Rosamond, California. Hey, I disavow all of your disavows. Ha ha. Love your show. What a mess. And I said, nice. You're the man, Hake. You're definitely my second favorite show next to JLP. God bless, brother. That's kind. Popcorn Stump Keg. The government in California is trying to vote in a thing where they give aliens $150,000 to buy a house with, quoting the JLP show commentary with Hake side saddling. Yeah, a quick web search proves this a complete and intentional according to him, caricature of the bill. How are you going to say it's intentional, man? First, it's a loan. I'll repeat that. It's a loan. If you want to say people don't pay back loans, well, in that case, your local bank is also giving away money to buy a house with. Just go fill out a mortgage application. Again, separate argument. Also, it's up to $150,000 to cover 20% of the purchase price of the house. So a person would have to qualify for the actual mortgage with a bank. This just provides a loan to help with the local down payment. I reiterate, a loan. Still giving it. Still giving it.
Yeah.
Just because you have to give it back, his point, JLP's point stands. But he's trying to call it a caricature. But if it's a fact, it may not be framed with all the extra details and explanations that you like to hear. Additionally, the program is run by California Housing Finance Agency. Why are they even giving to illegals?
Period.
Yeah, at all. Why are they even accommodating them at all? Anyway, additionally, the program is run by the... Let me not interrupt his super chat too much. Popcorn Thump Cake. He's explaining this away. What is your name, Obama? Is this Joe from Phoenix? The program is run from the California Housing Finance Agency. Makes money through mortgage loans, not taxpayer money, according to him. If you want to argue that all California residents of a certain income or less should qualify, be my guest. But again, that's a different argument. This idea that California is just handing out briefcases filled with $150,000 to illegal immigrants to go buy a home is a dishonest at worst. And we didn't say briefcases, uninformed at best. Let's not muddy the water or move the goalpost. After hearing that report on your show, I'm sure there will be a coffee shop talk today that goes, did you hear California is giving illegal immigrants $150,000 to buy a house? What? And that's how misinformation spreads. But this is accurate information. California is giving illegal immigrants $150,000 to buy a house. Whether it's a loan or not,
All right.
it's still giving them money to buy a house.
It's a penny too much for me.
Or voting in a bill for that.
Yeah.
But thank you, Popcorn's Thump Cake. You can explain it away all you want. It's still outrageous. And you can call that misinformation, but it's actually fact. This is how they call Trump a liar. For example, Trump said they're rapists. And that was that deemed to be like a lie or misinformation?
That's what was said.
But they are rapists.
They are rapists.
There are rapists among them. So yes, they are rapists.
Right.
They're trying to say, oh, he said all Mexicans are rapists.
Never said
Nowhere
that.
did he say that, nor did he imply it.
Right.
Oh, he didn't say some. He didn't say some. You don't have to say some.
Right.
You just have to say Mexicans, or they are terrorists.
And that's why I say just something. If they lied about the koi pond thing, they'll lie about everything else. Yeah.
I get what you're saying, Popcorn Thump Cake. I know that there's always more to the story, and they'll explain it away and make it seem reasonable to a blind person. But it's I'm not gonna go on the JLP show and be like, well, actually, it's just a loan, and it's not from the taxpayer money. It's from, what did he say that it was? According to him,
the finance agency,
California Housing Finance Agency, which makes money through mortgage loans, not taxpayer money. So what a mess. Anyway, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I like that. I like addressing his stuff because he's so intellectual. Mm-hmm. Let's real quick. We have to get to this. The other mayor, the socialist mayor,
Brandon Johnson.
Yeah, Brandon Johnson, the socialist mayor of San Francisco. I don't know if we'll get to this American. Oh yeah, Chicago. Yeah. I don't know if we'll get to the American dream. Speaking of loans, though, yeah. Nobody can afford to buy a house, but they're going to try to get illegals in. Yes, Brandon Johnson is a socialist per Bigg Bump.
Yes.
Who never lies. Sometimes he gives bad info, and he retracts it, as we all have and done. California could fill the food desert.
Chicago could.
Chicago, I mean, could fill the food desert.
San Fran.
Man, I can't read. With a 3-store network, this is a report from February? No, August. Earlier this month.
A couple weeks ago, right.
Yeah. The so-called food desert.
Yeah.
With a 3-store network of city-owned grocery stores per a consultant. New report could serve a roadmap for Mayor Brandon Johnson to make Chicago the first big city in the nation to enter a competitive and volatile grocery market with razor-thin profit margins. So far, only St. Paul, Kansas, and Baldwin, Florida. St. Paul, Kansas, and Baldwin, Florida have done so.
Right.
Franz Spielman or something like that. Okay, so what is this? I mean, I read it, so I know what's going on.
Right. This is just overall, it's just government control, government meddling.
Yeah.
Government takeover. Another problem, reaction, solution. Taken from the public.
They caused the problem.
Yeah.
And they're reacting, and they're with a fake solution.
They don't. The places that have been there, they say Aldi's, Whole Foods, or whatnot.
Oh yeah, Whole Foods down at the bottom. They tried to put a Whole Foods in there.
They can't keep the Whole Foods there. They can't keep the Aldi there because the shortages are out of control. There's no, again, crime. There's no law and order. He's not going after any of these people, clearly. And if they are, we don't know because the statistics, they're not getting all the reporting from it. But
yeah.
So he wants. Okay, again, he is a socialist. We know that. Got it now. Yeah.
I know if you have the city government.
Yeah.
Getting involved in opening up a grocery store because you can't keep your grocery stores open because there's so much crime. The crime is closing down the grocery stores. Yeah. Then you're a socialist.
And what else did it say in here? Yeah, I was going to say that he's, how can you can't run your city, but you think you can run a business or a grocery store.
That's what I was thinking.
No way. That's not possible. You're not going to. You're not going to, man. And then also another something I've always follow is that a government big enough to give it to you is big enough to take it away.
Yeah.
So,
True.
You can have all this, but will you be standing in a bread line because you depended on it?
Yeah.
Will you?
It's a good question.
Will they just everyone's there daily, they are making money, and then they just take it away from you? What about the people that are, it says 26.7 million that they're already going to give to that?
Wow.
Public taxpayers money that what about the people that don't even go to this place?
Yeah.
Or don't want to be a part of it at all? But yeah, and there's a lot of different things with that. Other people, grocery store owners are saying it's just not going to work.
In the area?
Yeah, in the area. That they know why it's not going to work. They can see what's happening in the city, what's happened previously with the other stores.
Are they going to stop the people from shoplifting?
Right, exactly.
Because they don't stop shoplifters. And that's what's killing a lot of businesses.
Right, yeah.
Look at this. Look at the way that this guy speaks. Who is this guy? I guess this is from the report.
Yeah.
There is potential for the city, blah, 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 blah. Inequitable access to food.
You know what that means.
That's socialist. These are communist, socialist buzzwords.
Yeah.
Inequitable access.
Yes.
Communist buzzword. Equitable. Inequitable to food. Blah, 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 blah. In touch with community needs. Let me see. There was some buzzwords that caught my S. Mayumi Umi Grigsby, Mayor Brandon Johnson's policy chief, said the next step is to work, formulate, and hold on.
Yeah.
Sometimes the options in historically disinvested communities, historically disinvested communities. What is more invested in than blacks? You give them unemployment.
Yeah.
You give them welfare. You give them minimum wage. You give them all these things.
All the
and they're
opportunity.
disinvested.
Yeah.
They're overinvested.
Yeah.
They call them underserved communities.
No.
They're overserved.
Yeah.
We need to defund the single mothers. Limited and misaligned with what the community actually wants. Blah, 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 blah. Pressed on whether there will be subsidies to keep prices down, the only goal is not about profitability.
Right.
The goal is to provide here's that buzzword, sustainable solution
Right. Yeah.
to food inequity.
Right.
Food inequity. These are communist buzzwords. Mayor Brandon Johnson is a socialist. In your face, Rhino. Joe from Phoenix. A city-owned grocery in Chicago could be a game changer for South and West Side residents. And that's where they said that the 911 is a joke.
Mm-hmm.
We just talked about that earlier this show.
Exactly. Yeah.
911 is a joke in the South and West Side. South Side and West Side. Healthy food options. The 9-year difference in life expectancy between black and white Chicagoans, the death gap, is blamed at least in part on food insecurity. And they're not dying from starvation.
Right.
They're dying from, they call it food deserts because all they have is fast food.
Right. Yeah.
But even 7-Eleven has like apples, bananas.
They do. Yeah. True.
Healthy options. Even McDonald's has like salads and things.
Yeah.
Not that McDonald's is cheap, but
I haven't been in years, so I don't know.
And these places become food deserts, quote unquote, because the grocery stores are easier to rob.
Right. Yeah.
You can't jump behind the counter as easily as you can rob off a shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rahm Emanuel in 2016 pushed, gave $11 million subsidy to open Whole Foods. 2016, $11 million city subsidy to prepare the site and all that. In 2022, the Englewood Whole Foods closed. Mayor Lori Lightfoot said it was a gut blow to local residents. Reopened as a Save-A-Lot, whatever that is. I never heard of Save-A-Lot.
I've heard of Save-A-Lot. I don't remember where, but I've heard of it.
I heard of Pick and Save. When I was a kid, we had Pick and Save,
right,
and then it changed into Big Lots.
Right. And
But I think they still have Pick and Saves now.
back in like
Somewhere.
the South, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then Big Lots, I just read that they were, like, I guess, filing for bankruptcy.
Wow.
Also.
They had Thrifty became Rite Aid.
Right.
Thrifty had
Yeah,
ice cream.
Ice cream, yeah.
Thrifty was good, and then became Rite Aid, lame. Save-On became CVS. Remember
Yeah.
Save-On?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Save-On. Yeah.
I'm like, I want to go to Save-On. You mean CVS? What kind of a name is CVS? I shake my head. At least they kept the red.
Do you, side note, but I guess we're talking about that, Woolworth, do you remember those?
No.
No? Okay. I remember them when I was young in the city, in the South. But then also where I live, the historical area, there's still slabs that have Woolworth there. So
wow.
One of my neighbors, he remembers real well of it. Yeah. So just that's that America type stuff that I can remember. That's not now.
Yeah.
That the decline. Just overall. But yeah, so
rough.
Yeah. But yeah, this city run, commie run, socialist run grocery stores are wild. It's crazy. I didn't even know that well, prior
I had
didn't
heard
know that
about
Whole
this
Foods
too.
thing.
Yeah, I didn't either.
They did that.
I vaguely remember maybe hearing something.
Yeah.
But I'd forgotten or something.
Yeah.
Brandon Johnson. And what type of name is this guy? What's his name? Umi? Mayumi. Umi Grigsby.
Yeah, it has to be some African.
I got to look up this person.
Johnson's
Man, we're running
chief.
down to the wire, though. Man, I stink. Okay. Copy, search, boom.
Oh, you got it.
Okay. A woman, a black woman, socialist. She's an author, by the way. Right? Unless I'm confusing
That
her
has
with...
to be it, yeah.
It's probably the same woman, though,
It's
because
her.
how common is this name?
Even they have that nickname, that Umi. That has to be her.
Yeah. Black leader, Mayor Brandon Johnson. I'm glad I looked this up. So that's his policy chief.
Yeah.
Chiefess. What a mess. Aw, she's kind of cute.
In her own way.
Yeah, in her own way. She's an author. Look at that hair, wild hair. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Not for me personally, not like attraction. I'm just saying.
You say you like it.
I'm just saying. I'm just being nice to the
cool.
black gal. We wish her well.
Right on.
Man, Bigg Bump, we're coming down to the wire. We got to end.
Okay.
William in California, I cannot get to your call. He wanted to talk about the crime rates and the black reparations. Anthony in California wanted to talk about Israel and the prescription drugs. Maze, my favorite caller from the sundown town of Dayton, Ohio, wanted to talk about Israel, blacks, Bigg Bump. I wish that I could get to you guys, but we got to end on time for Joel Friday coming up.
Shout out Joel Friday.
Where can people find you, Bigg Bump?
You can find me on X or Twitter, BIGG_BUMP, YouTube, BIGG_BUMP, Instagram, same BIGG_BUMP. Anywhere, Truth Social, not as often, but always on Twitter.
Nice.
Gab, all the platforms. You can find me there at BIGGBUMP.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on here.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
And let's see if we can play this beautiful music.
Hey.
Oh, here it comes.
This is my jam.
We gotta end, guys.
It's time to wake up or put on my
Thank you for playing this.
Yeah.
shoes.
I can't lose.
The race will start within my heart. There's a winner in me and you. To win is to do my best, and I'm running for the prize. To win is to do my best with Jesus by my side.
Oh. Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm gonna make
Where was that?
I've made up my mind.
Baldy.
I'll leave all my worries. I'll leave
Okay.
them behind. I got what it takes, and I'll run this race straight to the finish line.
Mary Rice Hopkins, guys.
Win is to do my best, and I'm
Something about this song, man. It's so much. It's so cool.
Yeah. It's a good jam.
Yeah.
Jesus by my side.
I grew up on this stuff.
It reminds me of the music I listened to, like at the private school I was going to in elementary.
Yeah.
I'll get up and put on my
Christian.
shoes.
Yeah.
Christian music.
Yep.
Race and I can't lose. The race will start within my heart. There's a winner in me and you.
And it's sort of reggae-ish.
Yeah, ska or something like that. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
best, and I'm running for the prize.
Joel Friday coming up.
Win is to do my best with Jesus by my side. To win is to do my best, and I'm running for the prize. To win is to do my best with Jesus by my side.
When we sang it, it wasn't reggae-esque. It was just.
Oh, really?
It was just. We just sang it.
Oh, okay.
And they had guitars and stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All the kids.
Yeah.
But it's. Even the melody and the words. It's a good
Still
song.
basic. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
nice
yeah.
message.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta wake up, put on my shoes.
Yeah. Running the race.
I can't lose. Well, thank you guys once again. And thank you, Bigg Bump,
Thank you.
once again. This was fun.
Sure was. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adios, America. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts, maybe. Bye.